Good evening, citizens. My name is Ban Shattersong, captain of the Bloody Hand Mercenary Company. And today, as I take my tentative steps towards Anvil proper, I am joined by a few old friends. And of course, I'm not talking about the mercenaries that I so seek to employ. In fact, it is an old band of adventurers, warriors, heroes, and others might say criminals, scum, or hooligans. And of course, I'm referring to members of the Blackscar Thornborn. Now, I'd like to give them all a chance to speak into this Urizeni crystal and introduce themselves. Clay, if you'd start us off.
Hello, I am General Clay Taru of the Blackthorns. I'm the sole member of the Companions of Taru, a mercenary company which has been slowly but surely winding through the Empire over the last 5 years. And I helped form Blackscar when it was originally Taru, Yabazdan, and Keepers of the Way.
And you're still alive. Somehow.
Yes, somehow. Mentally, not so much.
Larks, reckon you can top that?
Not really, because I don't have the seniority yet. But hi, I'm Larkin Shatsong. I'm the erstwhile striding companion of one Ban Shatsong, also a member of Blackscar, and doer of many things, holder of very few titles. But I did do a heck of a lot of military what's it last event. And that's basically it. Oh, I'm Conscience of Blackscar, which has earned me the delightful nickname The Void.
You're the voice now, not the void.
Oh, that'd be great. That'd be much better, I'll be honest.
Will it involve a lot of echo?
It's a lot of like shouting, being rude to people, and then turning around with a big red X.
I mean, that's one sunburned former partner for sure. Cumbian, the only lineage one amongst us. Do you want to represent your, well, I won't share my High Guard views, but I want to say hello.
Did you have to start with Cumbian?
and we go out of IC. Nailed it.
I find the actual name of Cumbian actually very derogatory. Thank you very much. My full name is Thelen Ambergleam. If you're friendly with me, you may call me Amber. If you're not friendly with me, don't call me that. It annoys me. Well, I'm just a small little not Cumbian, from the North Pines region of Hakinia, the best province
North
of the
Pines
Empire.
represent!
Yes, exactly. North Pines represent. I don't know what that was gang sign-wise. Maybe it's some sort of freeborn symbology, but we don't
It's
know.
the Pines. It's the Pines.
No, of course. Either way, just to let you all know into this Urizeni crystal that if you are hearing this recording, I am probably far better than you, and if you do see me, please buy me a drink, because I am quite fabulous.
I mean, no one's questioning that. Surely not. Speaking of people who are fabulous, Dravid, we finally caught you. For once.
That's only because you've chained me to a tree.
I have no idea how you were bound there, good sir, or why your pockets are so light.
That's not what happens when I run into you on the trots. I am Travid Longest Path. I'm part of the Senate team for Navarre. I spend most of my time running around the trots and working out what the hell's going on these days.
And when you say working out, is this, of course, helping us rid the heirs of Terranale from our lands? I almost said Briars,
Amongst
but...
other assholes, yes.
Indeed. And then finally...
I might intrude.
Oh.
It's Taruni Elban. You do really need to work
What's
on your
wrong
old
with what
life
you're
pronunciations.
This is what happens when you spend so much time around the marches.
When you
He's
get
he's
kicked
from Yaran.
It's a southern
Oh.
dialect. And also, when you get kicked as many times in the head as I have,
I'm just trying to work out why he's talking so softly into that box.
Shout at it, Travis. That's
Shout-
what you need to do.
Yeah.
Go on,
Oi,
Travis.
oi,
Shout.
oi, oi.
and as
That's
we
really
all watch this
effective, right?
prisoner
Shout
yell
at
for
it,
help
Travis.
into a crystal, we come to perhaps my favourite member of the dear chums who have surrounded me. And of course, this is Lieutenant Farron Shattersong. Also
I'm,
of the Bloody Hands Company.
I'm Farron Shattersong. I'm hungry.
You've still not got that fixed.
Nope. That's what I'm most looking forward to at D1. Not being hungry.
It's all a cake. So you're kind of be conflicted for the whole event.
No,
No,
I'm Farron.
it expires just before we get to Anvil. So we'll stop eating whatever he finds on the floor. That'd be nice.
Or whomever.
exactly.
Who's
The
giving us
pamphlets were the hardest to pass.
You
Who's
haven't
second
seen
assault to the
true pain in someone's eyes until you've watched Farron just pick up a leaflet and start eating it in front of you.
Oh, no,
Honestly,
no,
it
no,
was,
no. The real
High
pain was
drive.
when I was standing, helping out with whatever standing it was, and looking over and just seeing Sol there, and just making eye contact with me, and just tearing a corner off his pamphlet. Okay.
honestly,
No,
I had
did it all.
to.
Came back, half it was missing.
He
It's
was
off.
hungry.
I was going
Fanfare.
around different camps going, I am hungry. Can you please get me some food? While shaking my head to tell them OC not to give me any more food because I had like 3 cupcakes in a row and it was getting a bit much.
I think Farron Far's taking the virtues of wisdom a little bit too logically and literally
Yeah,
by
but
eating
ambition,
knowledge.
It's Farron's ambition to eat everything in the Empire, right?
I
Right,
wish
but-
it was just a curse. Thanks for listening.
Is it that we throw you into the Hall of Worlds to meet one of the Eternals as they eat with the light or whatever, and just send you there and you can go, could relate, mate.
Is it Wendigo?
I can't
Wendigo's the one.
remember.
I think it is Wendigo, the
It's
one that
been-
eats.
It's been
Agroman.
2.5 years. I can't
yeah.
even remember your lot name.
It's Agrement, not Wendigo now.
Well, they're known by Wendigo, but it's primarily Agroman.
Just like
Oh,
Tyrannail.
I see. I thought that was a new Eternal. This is how freaking out of touch I am. I thought that was a new Eternal.
This is what.
Oh, there is also a new Eternal.
Oh, the fog. I'm going around. I'm going around with
also
a smoke
called-
grenade.
It's also called the smell that comes out of my tent on a Saturday morning.
Really?
Nah, it's the fact that I swear I've seen this one pair of your socks walk out of your tent voluntarily. I mean, like, no.
Well, on that clearly OC note, welcome listeners to an impromptu episode of the band Shattersong Diaries. Yeah, I've got my mates here. We're going to be talking about what are we most excited for at E1.
Well, I don't understand. You call it your diaries. Yeah, that implies that man can write.
He
Yeah,
can't. That's why
diary.
it's an
Is
audio
it-
diary.
Is it a smudged finger paint?
Today,
That's
I'm
what it's
trying to
all-
write
It's
sounds
just
into
talking to
paper.
trees.
It's just all of these satanic
Sounds
scribbles. You see
Well,
that?
Farron's here writing it all down and trying not to eat the notebook.
If I open the pages to other pages, you hear the screams of the many briars that I've killed as I've used parchment.
there is no evidence to confirm or deny that claim, good sir. I'll have you know, if someone can get away with 30 witnesses for a murder, I can do what I want. That's what I learned from that court session.
Hey, nobody got away. No one got away with that. A crime was punished.
Yeah,
Is
I
it
think
really
that's right.
crime?
Was it really punished?
Yeah. What
They
is
made a
crime?
court ruling, and the fine was paid. Done and dusted.
So is that perhaps
And then
what
the
we're...
wrong person was written down in the book, and that's just,
That's
good fortune.
that's
Just
democracy.
militia.
Yeah.
So
It's just the militia. Yeah.
is that perhaps what we're all looking forward to? Is
What?
court
Abuse
cases?
of the militia.
Is anybody planning on committing any crimes?
No.
No,
I will not
no,
say anything
no,
that will indict
no.
me in the future.
You should
criminal
never plan
charges.
your crimes ahead of time because then it's premeditated.
Yeah, exactly.
Mm.
Spontaneous crime is the best crime.
Spontaneous
plead-
crime
I-
only. Off the cuff
I
crime.
plead wisdom,
Too wise.
and wisdom is don't admit to something I may do in the future.
Mhm.
Honestly, I'm really looking forward to just seeing everyone who I haven't seen in a couple of years. We've had a couple of meetups as Blackscar over the longest arc, but we haven't all been
Yeah,
together,
long,
I
long
think,
doubt.
for a long time. So it'd be good to see everyone. Good to kind of
True. Yeah, the last time most of us saw each other would have been at a Quiet Claydon Thrunen player event, but not everyone made it to that. We were
No.
thin on the ground.
Most of that about. Yeah, Clay.
Mostly
Chris can
you.
make it. Yeah,
I
Clyde
wouldn't be
Clay
there
was a
if
great
like-
event, but it wasn't one to catch up. We were running around like mad people for the whole weekend.
That's
Yeah.
true. That's true. It'll be nice to be, just in character again because we all really kind of know our characters to a point that that's going to take so little effort that we can just focus on being chill and doing the things we want to do and being in a place that we know and we don't have to organize anything.
You have to do the
Just-
washing up.
Figuring out.
you-
No. Well,
you
the
say
best
that.
washing up.
I mean, if so, because I'm looking at who's in the chat. We've got Senate, people who are part of the Senate team, people who are part of the military team, people who are part of magic and stuff, and then we've got Ban who just like runs
Some of
around
us
doing
aren't
random
people.
stuff.
Look, shenanigans are a worthy game in Empire, Chris. Shenanigans are
Which
a
is why
worthy
I'm
game.
thoroughly looking forward to. So I'm not planning on doing strategy this year. For
Oh.
like the first time in about 4 years of Empire. I'm not going to be going to Saturday night military strategy meetings because I want a break, and I've done my strategy for after the last 4 seasons of basically the entire of the Navarre nation is on fire. How do we save this? I'm looking forward to not having to. So I'm touching my headboard behind me. It's made of wood. I'm touching wood that we don't get a lovely wind of fortune like in the next week or so that says, yeah, the rest of the Navarre is now actually on fire.
Yeah, that
you
could be
have
down to the Qgit's fault, and that would be even worse. But
Yeah.
never mind. We don't tell them about
I
that.
think
No,
everyone
I
is
think it was
kind of
perfectly fine,
vaguely agreed. We generally all want to do less of the admin bureaucracy that we normally would do, and more of the just
what
spending
shenanigans?
time together. Just spending time, whether that be shenanigan related, crime related, or just sitting around a campfire, or
I'm just planning to
whacking people
spend
with
most of.
rubber sticks.
Yeah, that's a big one. I'm planning on going around just to try and remember everyone's names.
Mm.
Oh,
Yeah,
you,
The
so you owe me money.
the mist, Gavin, the mist. No, I'm gonna go around pretending that I don't remember that I owe everyone money. So,
Yeah, you always
thank
an
you, Miss.
excellent point. Is we
Thank
go
you,
around telling
Miss.
people like, you owe me money. No, I don't. Yeah, yes, you
The
do.
mists, man.
I have it in this
I'm-
book
I'm-
full of
I'm just
bite
gonna go
marks
around
that you
telling
owe me
everyone
money.
mana.
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah,
I'm
there's a
gonna
lot
go
of mana
around
owed.
telling people that they just owe me money because
I can.
Why not?
Fabulous.
No, what you should do is
you looked in my direction. 2 crowns, please.
you should get your contracts made up, and I go, oh, I'm really sorry, the fuck, I've forgotten your name. Oh, it's Wolfick. Oh, I'll just write it in my book, and then just come back about an hour later to go, Wolfick, look, you owe me money. Here's a contract for E4.
Oh, don't, please.
You're giving
No,
me
I'm-
ideas now. You bad
No,
person.
that's-
No, don't talk about the crime on a recording.
No,
No.
no, it could be used,
It's not a
OC.
crime,
Wait,
Conti
what's
scheme.
this box?
It's perfectly
Hello,
legal.
box.
I can imagine this from an
No,
IC point of view where there's just a bunch of, there's 6 of us. There's 6 thorns in the forest talking to this crystal. And this jury's just sat there watching, like, what is going on? Like, what are they
Excuse me,
doing?
I'm actually not taking the Thorns Oath because, unlike Thorns, I'm smart enough not to die on the battlefield.
Right, don't talk to us like we're scouts, okay? That's very, very
Ooh,
Wow.
spicy.
Oh.
Whoa.
If any scouts are
Okay,
listening, I'm not sorry. It's just a fact. But a question from the audience. I'm going to send this towards Sol.
Okay.
What part of
Your
your...
favourite.
I didn't say that, but everyone agrees.
You said
What?
it earlier.
Well, I didn't say it. I didn't say it enough. Anyway,
Let Van speak.
so Sol, over the longest dark.
Favorite.
Yes, favourite.
It's
Might
his
be
full name.
precious favourite Sol.
Baron favorite Shattered song.
Oh, that sounds even worse.
What is the biggest change you've made to either your kit, your character, or your attitude that you think is going to have an impact at the next event?
Well, normally at an event, I'd plan things probably as much as the chat we're having now, which was you about 10 minutes ago saying, should we have a chat about Empire? However,
You didn't tell us
I've
he was
actually-
recording it until halfway through.
I know, madness. But instead, I've got a couple of things up my sleeve. I've got 2 years to think about it. It's been lovely, and I have been having a little muse as kind of Farron in his hungry state, and I have to say I think I've defined more about kind of who my character is and their goals. And honestly, I'm really looking forward to kind of getting to the field and kind of playing that through. So unlike the rest of them, I actually feel like I'm more energized for this event to kind of hit the ground rolling. Yeah, that's what I'd
Nice.
say.
Next question from the audience is for the other Chris, and this is: so you're stepping down from the strategy side. What are you going to fill your time with now you've got a bit more to spend?
So currently the plan is on Saturday night, myself and Branos, Owen, we're planning on doing a general's kind of drinks, like the Senators do on a Friday night, but we're going to do that. Sometime we'll announce it as standing on probably Friday night and mention it again on Saturday, but just means that we can actually talk about why we do what we do to a wider player base, because I'm painfully aware that as long as I've been involved with the military game, it does tend to be quite a big clique. And as somebody who, it took me about 2 and a bit years to actually break into the military game, and some of that it can be quite painful, but it's with the Third Army, I really want to kind of help people understand what do we do and how we can empower other people to actually be able to do what they want to do as well. So we kind of have shared a lot of the burden away from the generals. So in the past, some of the generals used to go out and take like every skirmish, but we kind of gave that to the Thorns Council, and there's a couple of bits more that members of Blackscar are pushing forward to make Thorns Council even bigger and more kind of important. So there's a couple of bits that I'd like to help support, and at the same time, kind of get to hang around the nation a bit more, because I generally spend about 3 hours maximum per day, if that, within the nation. Everything else I'm running around meeting to meeting, so I am looking forward to sitting around a campfire or sitting at Songs and Stories and actually enjoying it again. So that's what I'm looking forward to.
Nice. Take time to enjoy the nation you've been fighting so hard for.
Yeah.
The next question.
And understand what this whole Seren thing is about. So that'd be cool.
Oh,
Ah,
no,
yeah.
no.
All right, next question
Question
from the
seven.
audience, and this goes to Travid. What the hell is happening with
Why are you
Seren?
gesturing to? Why are you just gesturing to some empty trees?
Audience, just let him believe it.
There are briars in the woods. Okay, I got it. Fine. All right, go on.
I mean, the wood from the trees is hard to tell, but yeah. So, Travid, I suppose you got 2 questions from the Make Believe audience here. 1, you can tell us what is actually happening in Seren, or 2, you can give your hot take And this doesn't need to be precise, but because I've been doing lots of reading, we seem to have given away a lot of territory from the Brass Coast and Urizen to the Grendel. And do you feel like we could be next?
So the first option was talking about Seven, and the other one was leaning hard on icy views. What do you want to know about Seven?
What are the in a nutshell? What are the opportunities with Seren? Because as far as I understand, we're in competition for making Seren itself a famous city.
So, at some point, I can't remember when, because it has been a 2.5 year gap. But I mean, some amazing players pulled the right levers in game that resulted in a city in Miarin, which is the boring safe territory. Come to Tharunin, we have water and marshes, and
we're full of husks.
see, anywhere's more interesting than basically Miarin's like Belgium. It exists. That's as much as we can say about it.
Wow.
Anyway, so it's creating a basically cultural city, and as a result, the PD has created 3 different opportunities for us. We can only pick one. One is a historical research leaning opportunity. One is a religious leaning opportunity, and one is a more herb garden physicking leaning opportunity. And the opportunity basically sets the tone for what Seren and what opportunities would come out of Seren going forward. So, as you imagine, a lot of people have a lot of views.
Don't forget that the religion one also creates a new archetype for the nation.
I am deliberately keeping it vague to not show my preference about which one we should go, but yes, that one. There are some are more tasty than others, but that's more of a conversation for players to have. I see, because I imagine that's going to be a lot of fun role play over the next couple of events.
What?
While they figure out what they want to do, and also work out how they're going to fund it, because they're not cheap. We have
we've still got the third
We're
army to
relatively.
We have basically called in
relatively
every
bankrupt
favour we've
army.
got to get the army built, so it's going to be an interesting one. But again, it gives us game, so not knocking it at all.
Nice.
I'm just more bitter the fact that it was in Miarin, not in Tharunin. We have hydras. You can ride one once.
Very briefly, but very exciting. Okay. Next question is for Larkin. Now you've finished.
That's me.
That is you, yeah. Now you've finished saving Navarre from the heirs of. Go on, someone finish the sentence for me. Teruniel. Ugh, it just doesn't roll off the tongue. Terranel. Because they're terrorists, right? But anyway, now you've finished giving them a good hiding. What's the next plan? Is it to save other nations?
You can't ask me that. That's decisions I haven't made yet.
Could you say there's some
I don't know,
profound
maybe-
decisions?
She hides that invade the marches, but the plan for behind the
You
camera.
can come and help me try and convince people to go into dark ranging. That's going to be spicy this year.
Oh yes.
We'll find out. I mean, the main thing for me at the moment is that I definitely am coming off a lot of fatigue of, the keen gets lost a bit in the long dark. And it takes a bit to kind of get back into that. And I'm certainly finding that this year of all years, I have kept up with basically none of the wins. I only know what's going on by other people telling me. Now, thankfully, we have the mists as a very handy in-game plot device for me to basically rock up and then only ask people on the field and decide on a whim then and there what I'm going to do. So I haven't made any big plans like I did with the defending Hasinia and Tharunin last time. Sorry, Liathavin, you are gone but not forgotten.
But still gone.
Yeah, I don't know is the answer. And I feel like for me, and I'm guessing probably a lot of the player base, E1 is going to be a chance to sort of re-explore the ends that I left open and see what I still want to do. I mean, I'm a different person 2 years on. maybe the character will be, even though it hasn't actually been 2 years. Just hand wave
Yeah,
that
but at
bit.
the same time, I mean, I know quite a few people are planning on playing their characters differently because eventually
Mm-hmm.
you've just survived 2 seasons of unending, or I say 2 seasons,
Yeah,
a
I mean, there's
year
definitely
uptime
in
of
character reasons.
unending Valorn miasmas and all this type of stuff.
Yeah.
It will change a person.
It will, and that works really nicely because I think there's going to be a lot of there's some rusty gears getting back into things. I have to remember my virtues, remember the money system.
Can you name them? Can you name them?
No, it's 20 rings to a crown, 8 crowns to a throne.
Yeah, nailed it.
Yes.
Because it's 20 toes and 8 fingers, isn't it?
Yeah, I actually broke him on the table. I approve.
20 toes? Who has 20
thanks.
toes? What?
I think we went a little bit wrong there.
That's definitely a Tharunin thing right there.
The additional power from when they're swimming.
My biology might be wrong, but my math is right, so I'm okay with that. But yeah, I don't know. We'll see. We'll find out. I think it'll be interesting to see. Yeah, I'm from North Pines, the best territory. North Pines represent.
They're all inbred up there.
Sorry, I won't do that again. I won't do that again and embarrass my fellow North Pines.
At least the hand gestures are
There's
being
a lot
captured.
of stuff happening in the militaries, but I think I'm personally going to need a bit of an event of downtime before thinking about it again. I mean, the next big spicy Navarre thing is the new army, but that's still a couple of seasons off, so don't have to actively think about it too much straight away. And I'm not a general.
You need to start convincing people.
If that's a big if I want to do it, we'll see.
I'm looking forward to going to the field and seeing, basically talking to other players to find out what their ambitions, I'll do them other virtues. Ambitions are both for the characters and what they want to achieve as a nation, because it has been 2.5, 3 years.
I'm also intrigued to see all the new players and
so many new players
up, who comes in and just wants to get started doing stuff.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing how the dynamics have evolved over the past 2.5 years.
I'm looking forward to seeing how my fitness holds up in a sealed chamber.
Oh no, I've got COVID padding. It means I don't have to wear gambeson.
And on I guess on the things that have changed, the final member of today's party, our wonderful Cambion. The question from the audience is, what got you into playing lineaged characters? And I don't mean this sarcastically. I'm not being an ass for once about it, but
that's a big doubt. That's in my mind there, Ban.
You're just spamming the X button.
As I see you flaying the brow over there. What got me into playing lineage characters? Well, actually, this is not the first lineage character I've ever played. Some older people. Some older people knew me as a Briar in the Navarre before I went on to be a Cambion, so I definitely took the difficult route. Before I decided to take the easier route. Personally,
you were a human in between, weren't you?
I was a human in between. Yeah, I was Tathuin.
Oh,
laziest ambition priest in Anvil. But why digress? Because the question is about lineaged.
It's fine if you want to touch honestly, on your journey through the different, player types, then go for it.
There was a reason why I picked being a Briar in Navarre. Specifically for the brief, specifically for the type of interaction that one would get being as a Briar in Navarre, which is a bit of a deliberately hostile experience, and to deciding that you want to be technically an antagonist to the nation just by existing is a great factor. And there were great people in the nation themselves who were able to take up that sort of role play on a very, very respectful but at the same time quite poignant basis, where they could go with that antagonism, but it would definitely be a little bit later on where you'd be quietly not seen by anyone and would go, yeah, is that okay? Yes. No. Are you okay? Yes. No. The whole 9 yards, and sort of consensual sort of aggression roleplay, if you want to put it that way. reason why I'm playing a Cambion now is mostly just so I can act like I'm high and mighty all the time, pretty much. There's nothing really much
sure.
else to it. I get to dress up in lovely gold, gold face paint because of lineages. I'm like gold, yeah, with my fabulous gold lipstick as well, and I just generally look fabulous. That's just me being vain, but it requires you to get into a completely, I would sometimes say, alien mindset. You can go in as like a normal character, and I don't disrespect anyone who doesn't do lineage roleplay because it's not for everyone, and there is additional requirements, and it's a pain in the ass wearing horns for 14 hours a day, especially if you don't get the ones which I've got, because you can get pressure headaches otherwise.
I'm wearing a wig.
Try wearing a wig, yeah.
I
But
got a
it's-
heat stroke first time I wore a wig. I decided to not wear one again.
Yeah.
That's why my
It's-
changeling is bald.
You will not wear wigs.
You know that works. But it's to
Will you
get
have it?
out of that, get into a different and completely different mindset is the reason why I did so. Because you have behavioral quirks and traits that you may not be able to experience, or maybe you're not able to do. Cambions, for instance, can be very megalomaniacal.
Terranale.
Megalomaniac.
Megalomaniac.
I think that
act-
is the appeal of it, right? Is the role play effect.
Yeah,
And that's
it's
the
the
appeal of any
role
role
play
play effect. Why do people take icy drugs?
Yeah,
Functionally, they do nothing, but they
it's-
give you something to do.
Yeah, it's the function. It's the function that allows me to do so, and especially in a system like Empire, where if you scratch the surface on it, you get to use that to your own benefit. In the terms of allowing you to go ahead and go do that role play, then yeah, it's not like a crux, but it's certainly something that just allows you to explore, push the boundaries a little bit, and explore, and then eventually enjoy. And that's pretty much
So-
summarized why I do it.
Gotcha. So do you
Reese,
think?
what's your favourite roleplay effect that you've been under as felon?
Oh, just the Cambion standard one. The fact that I can't be afflicted by emotional changing auras because Cambions are just far too stubborn. And I've one thing as well is that I like is that if so plot twist, because Cambions have that sort of innate ability to basically be bullish to a question. It gives me perfect right to just shut down any argument by saying no. And I can just go, well, no. And then, why are you saying no? Because I believe no. And therefore I'm right. Therefore it is no. And you can almost treat people like a child, but at the same time you need to be a little bit respectful. But it's that sort of like childish aspect as well. As the Briar, and I can know that Clay can attest to this, how active I was when I was playing Kellyanne, also known as Sally. I would also, the one time I wore green contacts and freaked everyone out because I would stare at them like without blinking, and that was a great time as well. It just adds, you just add the whole 9 yards to it. Just be evil and Cambion.
Nice.
They're not mutually exclusive.
Do you feel like it fits into the general? I sometimes imagine Empire a bit like an ice lake where it can look solid on the top, and you stamp on something, and that something might be an area of plot or a mechanic, and you immediately plunge underneath and you sink to the bottom because there's so much depth to it. It can look intimidating to start with, but as soon as you take that first stamp, it very much sucks you in.
Yeah,
I
100%.
definitely find that with changeling roleplay can be. There's so many different ways you can go with it, especially with the level of lineage and the level of changing madness you get down. And changing's a really interesting one because unlike Cambions under certain enchantments where they Cambions will go like, yeah, this doesn't affect me. Changing's just become hyper aggressive. So the number of times people have had to put me under auras or rituals to try and calm me down so I don't go mad and kill everyone is actually gives me quite a lot of fun because it's like being that loose cannon. It's very different to like how I am in real life. Where in the job I have to be pretty controlled.
Yeah, I suppose being a loose cannon is absolutely the buzzword we want our generals to have, I suppose.
Yay.
I'm not a loose cannon. I just go and chase down enemies and steal their flags is different.
You're basically like Farron. You're just hungry for flags, not paper. Cool. Well, on that
Oh.
bombshell, we're hitting
He's
the
just gonna reevaluate his whole character for a minute.
like, am I a flag nibbler?
Capture the flag. Capture the flag. Capture the random winter box from Surrey. Yeah. I've got so many toys. It's great.
On that perhaps revealing insight into the people who literally lead thousands to their deaths. I'm afraid we'll wrap it up there. We're hitting that beautiful 35-minute mark where people are like, I've had enough, but at the same time, I don't want to turn this into a video essay. I guess one more quick run through, starting top to bottom on the chat that listeners can't see. One buzzword
Can they?
that sums up your feelings for Empire coming up. Let's start with Clay.
I'm excited.
Well, that was more than one word.
Because...
That's not a buzzword. One word.
Oh, what would you classify as a buzzword then?
It doesn't have to be a buzzword like collaboration,
word.
but just a word.
So excited, I think, was the word.
Yeah.
Yes.
No. Larks?
Finally. That's my word. Finally. To a lot of things.
Sorry. Thelen?
Oh, myself.
Yep.
Uh,
Did I say that right, or am I getting the pronunciation incorrect again?
No, you got it right. He just thought his character name briefly.
The fog. It's the fog.
Fuck yeah.
what's a good word? Anticipation.
Oh, nice.
Ambition.
Already said your word.
I have
Calm
two
down.
words.
Can't choose again.
I have two
I
words.
have all of the words. It's ambition.
He wants as many words as he has flags.
We only had one word, and we didn't expect such a rush.
Travis?
Escapism.
Oh, nice.
That's a good one.
And
I should have picked hugs,
and favourite?
but also
Hype.
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 And what about
Yes,
yours,
what's your
oh
word?
host?
Yeah, what's
oh
yours?
holder of the strange rock.
Yeah.
Shenanigans. Absolutely shenanigans. Yeah. Alright then. Well, thank you so much, all of you, for giving your time
Of
this
course
evening.
it is.
And
We hope to see you all in 3 weeks.
Somewhat
Yeah.
unexpectedly.
Does that mean you're going to
recording?
tire Starban?
cool. Let's get a big
No,
blue
we just
Peter.
tell him that so he feels better.
What?
Yes, there's an audience here.
Yes, yeah.
Yes.
Yeah,
Let's.
he definitely didn't
trees are
like doing put
listening.
faces on Vox.
Just turns around, there's a bunch of rocks and like bark stuck into the ground.
That would be really
It's
unsettling
not
on
even
Murder
us.
Alley.
It's not us, it's
Goose
just
whispers
alone.
wearing off.
Oh man. Alright, everyone, let's give a big blue
No,
Peter
we're not even-
goodbye.
He'll be on Bite next.
Goodbye.
Bye.
Thanks for
Bye.
listening.